Yeah, good evening. Yeah, I am. I am. It's the same like after Crystal Palace. It's not only 3 points, it's the way we done it. I think we played really good. It was a good game of football. We were strong and solid from the start, but also when we had the ball, we have a lot of players who were on top of their game, who were inspired today, that you need, of course, to break their unit that is very strong here. Outside top six, as you know, they have the best defense record. And they didn't look like that today against that, but I think it was more up to us because we were really good on the ball, breaking forward, keeping the ball, hurting them, scoring goals, creating chances. They caused us problems in the first half. When they caused us, they caused us through the counter-attacks. They have a good transition. They have Negredo who can keep the ball, also switch sides, and they have players bursting from the midfield to the box, which is good part of their game. They are really good in that. And they have, of course, they have Traore who can beat, the whole team with his pace and all that. So then in a second, but we created many chances. And second half started really good for us because we had a couple of great opportunities straight at the start with Antonio's header and especially with Lanzini's 1-against-1. We didn't score, and then they put the pressure on. We had to make two changes where we lost a couple of our leaders, Mark Noble and Andy Carroll. But then the guys who came from the bench done really great job for us, and at the end I think it was well deserved. It's not only that we nicked 3 points here, that you were lucky and all that. We were better side. We were way better side today, and I think that is the reason why we're even more happy.
How good was Andy Carroll today?
He's good as gold. I keep saying the same words about him week in, week out. I'm a big fan of him, but for a reason. He gives you everything. He scored a couple of goals, okay, but his game doesn't depend on the goals that he scores. They are important for center forward, but with his working rate, with his linking up with Antonio and with midfielders, with his presence there, with his defending also, he is magnificent. He is a magnificent player, and I keep saying that from day one, from last season. The only problem with him was that he wasn't all the time available. Apart from that, from the bench impact, brilliant. From the start, brilliant. He gives you everything. And when I say everything, it's not that he gives you all that he can, but it's a quality. It's a quality about him. Sorry? He felt a little bit of a groin. Nothing serious. We hope he said so, but we didn't want to risk, anything worse. And I have to praise the guys who came from the bench, Fernandez, Caleri, Collins, who at least kept us at the same level, if not raised the game even more.
You said that his game doesn't need a goal, but his teammates seemed really ecstatic for him that he scored.
Yeah.
Their reaction to him was quite striking.
I don't know. I say, when I say that his game doesn't need goals, I say that because I want to praise his other parts of the game. But like for if the center forward doesn't score a goal, that he's not that happy, that long term, But if he gets balls, if he gets service in a box, he will score goals, always, because I'm long time in football, and I play the center back, and it's only Duncan Ferguson who was on this level when the cross comes in the box. It doesn't have to be brilliant cross, just have to put the ball in, you know what I mean? And he's great. The way he scored the first goal, it's like It's like a hammer, you know. But it didn't surprise me. To be fair, I expect him to do things like that.
I thought Ranka said they don't have Payet, but with Carroll they are even better. Would you agree with
You know,
that?
we played last year with Carroll and Payet, you know. So, like it's when we play 4-4-2 like we done today, we knew that any defense would have problems with Antonio and with Carroll. It's you need help as a centre back. You know, the two of them are. It's very hard to play 2 against 2. And then especially when you have Lanzini and Feguli on the flanks, also offensive players. That is good going forward, but then it's a big risk because you need in defense you need bodies in midfield. But two of them, Antonio, the whole team, but strikers Antonio and Andy, they put a massive defensive performance tonight. So it's not only the goals and the chances they created, it's also the way they were stopping the run, getting the ball there and them. So brilliant.
Is there any update on Payet? There were some reports he's flown to France. Is there anything?
Sorry?
Is
I
there
don't
any
know.
update on Payet? Some people had written that he's flown back to France.
Hey, so you have updates, not me. I don't know, to be fair. The only good, I mean, nothing new. The only good thing is today's 21st. 10 days, yeah. 10 days, so he's got to finish in 10 days. I ain't going to say anything new. There are 2 outcomes that are possible, you know, for him to stay. And the second one is for him to leave us. But is it Marseille or any other club? He's a player of, like, he's a great player. He has his value, you know, and we are not asking for, if he goes, we're not asking for anything crazy or whatever. We're asking for even less money than his value is. So, and that's it.
The whole situation doesn't seem to be weakening the team spirit, it seems to be strengthening.
Okay, so like in any situation, something you lose, something you gain. You know, we knew that we're going to have a great like electricity in the team against Palace because of that, and the crowd. It was like all together, like it was 60,000 plus 11 players against Palace. You know, it was like a big. We knew it's going to be that, and so we gained the team. But if you're expecting me to say now that we don't miss a player like Payet, it would be ridiculous for me to say something like that. He's a brilliant player, of course. Sorry?
Ranka said he felt the atmosphere was awful today. He said that he didn't think Middlesbrough's fans helped the home side. Did you sense that?
Look, it's very. That's why it's a lot of times it's easier a little bit to play away. I wouldn't say awful, and I wouldn't say it was any different than in most of the home grounds. I mean, the crowd and the fans, they are very demanding nowadays, and they ask for your team to if you are playing home, to be better, to win, and if you concede a goal, then very soon or very often in any ground, not only here, you are in trouble. The fans are getting on the back of the players, and they ask them to score goal as soon as possible, and then you lose patience, then you lose your patterns, then you lose your plan. If you lose your plan, then you depend on a chance if something's going to happen, which often does, but it's no good, you know. So but I noticed that, yeah, you're right, I have noticed that also against I noticed that they started bad first 20 minutes against Swansea, home, then also a little bit against Leicester. It's hard to please the crowd, but it's not only here. All right, thank you.